Hey, I just kind of wanted to make this video sort of quickly, because I just had some thoughts about relationships that I wanted to share and about, I guess, like beauty aesthetics. So some of you guys have seen, I've posted some of the videos that kind of cover like Instagram versus reality. Um, there's other videos that, break down Instagram models versus real models. It's like a whole thing where I feel like so many people, like average regular people in the world, they think that like Instagram models are real models, and they're just not. They're not. It's like um the beauty industry is a thing, and the modeling industry is also a thing, and there are many people in the modeling industry who have had to have who have a problem basically with like influencers and kind of like where they stand in terms of the beauty industry, because like some actual models are doing those videos where they're like, let me break down my makeup routine. But for the most part, models don't know how to do makeup because they're not makeup artists. Like makeup artists do makeup. Models don't do that. So, I mean, maybe you should probably know how to do a little bit of your makeup, but for the most part, you come in with a clean face and they put the makeup on you. So it's not like, it's not really, you don't need to know how to do makeup. That's not a requirement. So I don't, yeah. And then I think a lot of people are confused too because you can do a lot with makeup to change your face. You can also do a lot with plastic surgery to change your face or your body, right? And then there's just like some people who are just born with it. So this is one reason why I've tried to just be online as like a model with no makeup, just kind of like a literal human, kind of like human Olivia, where you see me like get fat and skinny and have, bad skin or rusty hair, or, just like regular kind of Olivia. And I tried to do that because like I know how attractive I am in terms of like the beauty industry, whatever that means. And that is very difficult because I don't like to compare my beauty to other people's, but for some reason a lot of people do like to compare their beauty to mine. That's a different conversation. But I do see a lot of people in regular society who they just degrade black beauty, even though like some of the most beautiful models are like African and are black. People just, I don't know why they just hate black women. It's just a thing. So I feel like by me just existing in online spaces is kind of like a regular girl and not one of these like makeup girls, there's just an example of someone who's like living in the real world. I feel like also most of you guys actually just follow models on Instagram, you can just see them in real life. And then if you want to be a model, then you can just do what they do, right? You can just do what I do. Follow whoever you want to follow, right? Like everyone is in online spaces doing what they want to do. But I posted something today. It was about, I guess, Shakira's plastic surgery. Like a lot of the like actors and actresses, also not models, but they are in the public light. And especially in Hollywood, this is why I call it like Holly weird a lot. Like I think a lot of you guys don't understand. Like some people keep calling it like Instagram face. It's kind of like LA face, and there's whole shows about it. Like Nip Tuck talks about it, and it's like that in Miami, where people are trying to get this like perfect body and like perfect face, and they just will go to lengths to get it. Like they literally sculpt their chins out. They have nose reductions. They will change their eye socket width. They will like, there's just all of these plastic surgery mechanisms that they will go through to get Instagram face. In my personal opinion, it just does not make sense to do that. Like, even if you do want to become a model, like what you should do is work on getting your body in shape and like getting your skin clear with water, having a healthier lifestyle in terms of diet, maybe protecting your skin from the sun. That would be a good thing. making sure you condition your hair, things like that will help you. But whatever you were born with, that's kind of what you got to work with, and that's what they're going to be judging you on. So this is another reason why, like, some people think Instagram face is like the model face, and like that's actually not true. Like, African models look very different from like Eastern European models, or like, you know, British models, or like Chinese model. Like, everyone looks different, and you can find right now like a supermodel in any one of those categories, but they're all different. Like, they don't all have the same face. They all do have like attractive faces, but they're not all the same. So I think a lot of the Instagram girlies have led some of you guys down the wrong path, especially with like the makeup and shit, because they've got you guys thinking that like you can make up your way to like beauty because you've been following these like beauty gurus and shit, and I feel like they've sold you all a dream. So you can just, anyone right now, you can just hire a makeup artist and they can make you beautiful in terms of like Instagram face. Or you can just work on yourself. Sorry, this was about guys though. Okay, so I think in terms of guys, because they have so many examples of Instagram face, they don't actually know what beautiful people are anymore. Like, they will literally walk past supermodels and go talk to a dog-faced girl with makeup, because like that's just how they are. And I've seen it happen so often last year. Like, I just laughed at this bunch, like, you know what, I hope you get whatever it is that you wanted from that, because it's incredible. Anyway, but so I think for a lot of guys, you kind of have to understand like where they are. Like, if they're in a space where they are like attracted to Instagram face girls, and you're not, like, I'm not an Instagram face girl. I don't think I am. No. So like, guys who are attracted to Instagram face girls, I'm not gonna go try to talk to those guys. Like, those, I'm gonna go like completely the other way. Like, if a guy is following a whole bunch of like Instagram face girls, I'm gonna be like, that guy is for sure not for me. So I would encourage you to probably do the same thing. But there are a lot of guys who actually like natural beauty, and who are into like just really a lot more than just how you look. Like, they probably care about your interests, about your personality, about your compatibility, like things like that. And in terms of like being in a healthy relationship with someone, those are the things that you should be looking for anyway. So if someone is just judging you off of Instagram face, I would be very wary. Also, I think you kind of have to be really hyper aware of like the different types of guys, because some guys are fuckboys, right? Like, let us call it what it is. Like, Drake right now, he's out here in his fuckboy stage, and he is like open and proud about it. He's like rotating girls like in and out. He's got the hot sauce condom, all this shit, right? But then there's other guys. There's like Winnie Harlow's boyfriend, Kyle, right? Like, really great guy. There's Ismi Ekmo and her boyfriend, who have a whole, like, there's a lot of healthy relationships happening. Looks like Kevin Hart is in a really healthy relationship, maybe with his wife, or like Beyonce's mom and her husband, or there was Steve Harvey actually, and Marjorie Harvey. Or like, there are examples of people who are in like really healthy relationships right now, and I'd encourage you to like go watch those relationships. Like, stop following, you know, Insta thoughts and kind of like fuckboys who they just don't like you. Like, they don't really like anybody. So even the most beautiful Instagram girl, they don't like her either. They don't like anybody. They just are out here like searching for Instagram face, and Instagram face is gonna be there because like at this point all the photos have been taken, and all the dresses and all the looks. So we don't really need any more examples of like what you can look like with makeup, right? Like, anybody can pay $100 and they will make your face up. You can pick whoever you want to look like, and then you can buy it. You can get an app for free now where you can use a face filter, and you can face tune your face anyway. That's what, you know, what is it, Addison Rae and them, they do. They face tune their whole body. So yeah, you could Instagram your shit all day long and then, have whatever you want, or you could just literally look for a more positive relationship. And here's another thing too, like, and I think I'm guilty of this, which is why I do not want to propagate myself as a person who's trying to be out here in like this extremely healthy relationship. That's not me. I've been in a fuck girl phase for quite a while where I just use dudes straight up. Like, let me like not even pretend. Like, I live alone. I pay my own bills. I do not like seek any sort of financial help from men at all. So in my personal opinion, and this is just my personal opinion, I think that men are useless, and I think they're going to die off because women can use in vitro fertilization and quite a lot of other techniques to have children. And I feel like what you could do is just pick the smartest, hottest guy and then just have a baby with him. That's literally why I was so attracted to Sam. I was like, yo, we could use in vitro and build a super baby. Like, that's what I was thinking. And I was like, oh, I don't even need to have sex at all. Like, and get a vibrator. I mean, it's just, and if you see someone and you're like, ooh, I want to go out and I want to meet someone, then you can. And like, you just use them because they're like disposable penises at this point. Like, many of them are literally offering nothing else. So, gather your meaning in other places. There are a lot of, if you look at some of my other videos, I've been processing quite a lot of emotions. We've got anger, sadness, joy, kind of like reflection. Join the conversation. I really like the community that To My Sisters have built at this point. I believe that there's super useful conversations happening right now. I don't see that many examples of like channels that are unpacking like healthy relationships between men and women. So like, I personally have given up on that. And I think I am for sure just going to be back in my makeup bag. It's like a phase that I go through where sometimes I just care nothing about men and I just like to go out and look amazing just for me. So that's kind of where I am right now. So if you're wondering, you're like, damn, she looks so great, or like, ooh, blah, 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 like, who are you looking good for? I'm just looking good for me, honestly. And I think I do really like this, like, introspection phase that I'm in right now, where I can process my feelings of rejection. Like, I feel rejected by Quincy. I feel lust for D, and I feel like admiration for Jaden. And I kind of want to unpack those feelings really for myself and for anyone else who's kind of interested in understanding my feelings around them. And all of those feelings are very interesting. They're all on the positive side of the feelings wheel. But it's not simple. They're like complex feelings about not being in a healthy relationship with any of those men. So if you care about that, it's what I'm going to be working through.